But I want you to make a note of this sentence and carry it with you wherever you go, and it goes like this. The major key to your better future is you. Once I understood that all those years ago when I first got started, age 25, my whole life changed. It's not the circumstances that come after it. It's not the opportunity that presents itself to us. The major key to our future, each of us personally, resides within ourselves. But I promise you that that's where it should be. The miracle of your future has to start with you. First, it has to start with you deciding what do you want out of your life. Your willingness to look for opportunity. And when you find it, your willingness to do something about it. Like Mark Hughes, once you've got an opportunity going, willingness to learn the skills, one at a time. Learn the next one. Learn the next one. Learn the next one. The whole key, really, to your future is your own personal development. Because the miracle of your future does not lie outside of you. The miracle of your future lies within you. Some changes I needed to make at age 25 so that I could become a millionaire at age 31. And I had a teacher who gave me these extraordinary words, and I want you to make a note of them. And here's what he said. Mr. Rohn, if you will change, everything will change for you. If you'll change from a person who won't try to a person who will try, your life will change. If you'll change from a person who lets things slide to a person who takes care of the situation, your life will change. If you change your attitude about money, about the marketplace, about the government, about circumstances, if you'll change all of that, your life can change. If you'll change your attitude, change your thinking, change your willingness to work, change from drifting to doing the job, if you'll start making these changes, your income will change, your life will change, your future will change. I heard that simple promise when I was 25 years old, and I started making those changes. And I promise you here today, if you'll start the process of changing into a stronger person, changing into a person that takes advantage of opportunity instead of letting it slide, if you'll start making those changes, skill by skill, step by step, day by day, your life will change. For things to change, you've got to change. I used to keep wishing that things would change back in those early days with my fingers crossed, hoping maybe the government would change, the economy would change, my negative relatives would change. And then I found out all of those things are going to be about like they've always been, that if I wanted my life to change, I was going to have to change myself. But if you will start making those personal changes, your life can take on some incredible changes. Your income can change. Your health can change. All kinds of things can start happening to you that have never happened before if you'll begin the process of personal development. So make the note. The major key to my better future is me. The same wind blows on us all. The wind of circumstance as well as the wind of opportunity. But here's how you take advantage of it. Look inside yourself. And if you'll start making those personal changes of discipline, personal changes of time management, personal changes of willingness to learn the skills, personal changes of personality improvement, attitude, all of the rest, with this opportunity, you cannot miss having an extraordinary life and an extraordinary future. Personal development, becoming better than you are, more than you are, stronger than you are, wiser than you are, more capable than you are at this very moment. Key phrase, success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue. It's not something you chase. Not something you go after. What you go after and chase usually eludes you like the butterfly you can't quite catch. So you don't have to pursue success. Here's what you have to do. Develop success. And success starts inside. Success starts inside your head. Success starts inside your heart. Success starts inside yourself. When you decide you're going to make the necessary changes and do the necessary growing in personal development. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So let's talk now about personal development and how to make it significant for you. Here's the first part, and that is to learn the lesson of the season. Learn the lesson of the season. Key phrase to start with. Life and business is like the changing season. Frank Sinatra sings, life is like the season. And now here's the second phrase. You cannot change the seasons. They are set. Winter follows fall. Spring follows winter. Summer, harvest. The seasons are set. You cannot change those. But here's what you can do. You can change yourself. You cannot change the circumstances, but you can change yourself. You cannot change the wind that blows, but you can set a better sail. You cannot change what happens, but you can change what you do about it. So we cannot change what's going on out there. It's like the wind that blows. But we can change ourselves by setting sail, working on our philosophy, working on our attitude, working on our discipline. So you can't change the seasons, but you can change yourself. And now let us learn the lessons of the season. Here's number one. Learn how to handle the winter. The winter time. We must all understand, and I'm sure our experience has taught us up until now, the winters always come. Right after harvest comes the winter. Some winters are long and some are short, but they always come. Now, it's not just the winter of the season, but it's the winter when things don't work well. The winter when it all turns dark. It's the winter when problems seem to pile up. Economic winters, social winters, personal winters, when your heart is smashed in 1,000 pieces and the nights seem unusually long. We call it winter time. Whether it's economic, the winter of poor health, the winter when things don't go well, winter time. Here's the best advice I can give you when the winter does come, whether it's a long one or whether it's a short one. The best advice I can give you is learn how to handle it. Hang in there. Stay steady. When the night comes that follows the day, you just stay steady in the night. Stay steady in the winter. 3 things that will help you to stay steady in the winter. Become wiser and stronger and better. All of us can become wiser than we were yesterday, wiser than we were last week, wiser than we were a month ago. And that wisdom is going to help you when a tough time comes. That wisdom is going to help you when the winter sets in. Next in the winter, become stronger. Stronger physically, stronger morally, stronger spiritually. All of us can gather muscle, not just the muscle of our physical body, but the muscle of your mind that helps you through the tough times. The muscle of your spirit that sustains you when things seem to be going wrong, not in your favor. So become wiser, become stronger, and here's the third one. In the winter, become better. All of us can get better. Our skills can get better. What we've learned can serve us more to where we get better and better at telling the story, better and better at sharing the opportunity, better and better at expressing ourselves. I had those challenges when I started, like everybody does. My first meeting, I stood up to talk, and my mind sat back down. I remember those occasions. But I did it again, and I did it again, and I did it again. And here I am on this June day in Taipei, one more time doing it again. I'm getting better. So hang in there during the winter time. The challenges always come. The dark time always comes. Winter always follows the harvest. But the winters of the future, for you, can be a lot different than the winters of the past. If you'll hang on to what you've learned here, hang on to that. So that when you're out there and a dark time comes, a dark night comes, and a tough winter comes, you'll be able to survive. Not only be able to survive, you'll be able to flourish. So that's number one. Learn how to handle the winters. Here's number two in your personal development. Learn to take advantage of the spring. Spring is called opportunity. But here's what's exciting about spring. It follows the winter. And pray tell, how often does spring follow winter? And the good word is every time. For the last 6,000 years that we know of, called recorded history, spring has always followed winter. Yes, the night comes, but day follows night. Yes, difficulty comes, but opportunity follows difficulty. Expansion follows recession. Joy has a good chance of following sadness. It's the rhythm of life. It's 6,000 years of written history that proves that the winter doesn't last forever. The night does not last forever. The difficult time does not last forever, whether it's a political winter or a social winter or an economic winter. Spring always comes. But here's what you must learn to do. Underline the two words, take advantage. Just because spring comes is no sign you're going to look good in the harvest. You must take advantage of it. Springtime now is not very long. In space language, we call it the window of opportunity. When they get ready to shoot the rockets off into space, there's a certain period of time where it's time to go. If they don't go when it's time to go, they have to wait for another cycle of time to pass before it's time to go again. Spring doesn't last all summer. Spring doesn't last all year. It's usually a brief period of time. So make this note. Learn to recognize the spring, and then learn to recognize the urgency of taking advantage of the spring. Also, you must get busy on all of your springs. There's just a handful of springs that's been given to each of us. I just lost my father a few weeks ago. He lived to be age 93. But it seemed as though his life still was short, even with 93 years. I wanted a few more years. But I guess if you had 200 years to live, you would want a couple of more. We always wish for those extra years, but 93 years for my father seemed like a very brief time. And life is fairly brief, short. We've just got a few springs. Sometimes people make the remark, I've got 20 more years. And here's the real truth about it. No, you've got 20 more springs. 20 more chances at a springtime. So here's what you must do. Take advantage of every one. Don't let the opportunities slip through your fingers. The opportunity to speak to someone. The opportunity to conduct a meeting. At the longest, life is brief. Take advantage of every opportunity to be with your family. Every opportunity to be with a friend. Learn to value life in all of its precious moments. We call these moments of opportunity. The moments don't last forever. My presentation is not going to last forever. This day is not going to last for the next 6 months. It's only going to last for a little while. But the little while that comes, put your heart into it. Lean into it. Like you're doing today, take notes. Lean forward. Get everything you can while the opportunity is here, because the window opens and then it closes. The meeting opens and then it's over. The day starts and then it concludes. So every time the sun comes up, take advantage of that day. Every time somebody presents themselves, take advantage of that opportunity. Every time you have a chance to do like I'm doing here today, to tell your story, do it and tell your story well. Put your heart and soul into it, because life is brief at the longest. Now here's number 3. In contemplating the seasons, the third season is the season of summer. And the season of summer is an interesting season. Two things are important in the season of summer. Number one, and that is to give life to your values. If you've planted a garden now, you've got to give it nourishment. Give life to your values. Make this note, no greater gift than the gift of attention. Giving someone not just your time, but your attention. Giving someone your information. Giving someone your inspiration. Like a mother that gives life to a baby. Now she nourishes it. Now she feeds it. Now she takes care of it. The summer time is a time to give nourishment to something you've started. Don't leave it to wilt in the sun. Don't leave it to be discarded by time. Give it your life. Give it your heart. Give it your soul. There's one thing I can say about Mark Hughes since the first day I met him all those years ago. Mark puts everything he's got into everything he does. And I'd like to have you make that note and see if we can't follow. Put everything you've got into everything you do. That's called life. That's called mothering. That's called giving it life like a mother. Now here's what else you must do in the summer. You must guard against the enemies like a father. As soon as you've planted a garden, it's going to be invaded. The busy bugs and the noxious weeds are out to take your garden. So not only must you give life to the plant, not only must you give life to the fruit tree, you must now guard your fruit. You must guard your garden from the enemies that are going to try to move in and take over. So here's what you must do. Nourish your values like a mother and fight your enemies like a father. And there's all kinds of enemies. There's the outside enemies politically. We've had to war with our enemies against democracy, the enemies against freedom. We've had to fight all these wars. The war's been going on for the last 6,000 years of recorded history. Thankfully now we're winning the war of democracy. We're winning the war of freedom. The walls did come tumbling down a few years ago, and now freedom rings. You can walk the streets of old Prague and talk politics and not be afraid of being thrown into jail. Opportunity has come. There's a fresh breeze of opportunity and freedom blowing around the world. But I want you to make this note. The enemies are not far away. Yes, when the light comes, wonderful. But the darkness is not that far away. The enemies of freedom are not that far away. And the enemies of your life are not that far away. Here's what I'm asking you to do. Stand guard. Stand guard over your customers. Stand guard over your family. And stand guard over yourself. Stand guard at the door of your mind. When those things that would come and tempt you to be distracted, stand guard. We've all got to fight the fight. We must give nourishment, yes, like a mother, but we must also fight the war like a father. So I'm asking you to be strong in fighting the enemies. Now, it's not only the enemies that are on the outside, it's the enemies that are on the inside. Let me give you a quick list of some of the enemies to be on the lookout for in the season of summer. Number one is indifference. Indifference. The ho-hum attitude. Letting it slide, letting it go. I've got a good phrase for you to jot down. You cannot drift to the top of the mountain. If you want to see the view from the top, you have to climb. You have to climb steady. You have to climb true. You have to climb consistently. You cannot drift. You cannot say, ho-hum, oh, maybe it'll work out. I've got my fingers crossed. That is not a good policy. It is not a good philosophy. If you want values, you've got to work for them. If you want to see the view from the top, you've got to steadily climb. So I'm asking you to fight indifference. Don't let it be part of you. Resist it with all of your ability. Next is indecision. Indecision is the thief of opportunity. You've got to decide. Yes, some decisions take longer than others, but don't take any longer than you need to make a decision. Give it a try. Sometimes you never know till you give it a try. Don't wait and eat up the time and let indecision be the thief of opportunity to do something well, do something right, touch someone else's life. Here's the next one. Doubt. We all have a certain amount of doubt. Nobody can be 100% certain. But here's what you must learn to do. Doubt your doubt. And believe your beliefs. I used to be mixed up on that all those years ago. I used to believe my doubts and doubt my beliefs. And what a sad position that's to be in. Learn to doubt your doubt and believe your beliefs. It's easy to doubt the future with uncertainty. It's easy to doubt the past will serve you. It's easy to doubt the community. It's easy to doubt the country, doubt the government, doubt the banks, and doubt the money. It's easy to doubt each other. And here's the worst one of all. It's easy to doubt yourself. Doubt that you can learn, doubt that you can grow, doubt that you can change. But I'm asking you to turn that around. Drive your doubts into a small corner. Don't let them conquer you. Believe in each other. Believe in your country. Believe in the community. Believe in the rest of the world and their ability to struggle with the problems and come up with the answers. Believe that things are possible. And here's the most important one. Believe in yourself. So do your job well. Do not doubt your own ability. Don't doubt your ability to change. Don't doubt your ability to grow. Don't doubt your ability to take command. Don't doubt your ability to learn all the skills. Whatever you want, I'm telling you it's all possible. Make this note. None of us lack the capacity. None of us lack the capacity. We have far more capacity than we have time to take advantage of. I do read a record where it says all that time ago, some people lived to be 700 years, 800 years, 900 years old. I feel a little shortchanged when I only had the chance maybe to live 70, 80, 90, 100 years. When all that time ago, the record says, some lived to be 700, 800, 900 years. It seems like it would take 7 or 8 or 900 years to tap the full extent of our capacity, let alone 70, 80, 90, 100 years. But here's what I'm asking you to do. Get busy. You've got more brain power than you've used so far. You've got more potential than you've used so far. You've got more strength than you've possibly used so far. No telling how many languages you can learn. No telling how far you can go. No telling how strong you can get until you get busy working on yourself and see if you can't tap all of your full potential. People might have put you down in the past. I'm telling you, those days are over. People that have told you you're too short. People that have told you you're too tall, you're too old, you're too young. I'm telling you, the old idea about your limitations of the past, those days are gone forever. Here's the next one now. It's called worry. You've got to worry some, but here's the best advice I can give you. Let worry alarm you, but don't let it conquer you. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, your daughter's not home yet, best you worry. In New York City, if you step off the curb, one of those yellow taxis is coming, best you worry. But here's the key. Let worry alarm you. Yes, but don't let it conquer you. I'm asking you to drive your worries into a small corner. I'm asking you to drive your indifference into a small corner. I'm asking you to drive your doubts into a small corner so that they don't flourish in the rest of the house. Here's the next one. Over caution. Being too timid to try. Too cautious to try. But that's what life is all about. You gotta take a chance. You don't have to be foolish. But you have to plant in the spring to have a harvest in the fall. Someone may say, well, what if a storm comes? What if a hailstorm comes and beats my crop into the ground? Here's what you must do. You gotta take a chance. Someone says, what if it doesn't work? I've got a better phrase for you. What if it does? Somebody says, what if I go broke? That's one option. Here's the next one. What if you get rich? You gotta take a chance. Someone says, if you have a child, what if this happens? What if they get ill? And what if all this goes wrong? I understand that. What if someday they won't respect you? I understand the possibility. But you gotta take a chance. Someone says, isn't marriage a little tricky? Yes. But you gotta take a chance. Take a chance and step out. Make the note. The same wall that keeps out disappointment keeps out happiness. You gotta take a chance. Move out into the day and take a chance. Move into someone's life and take a chance. Conduct a meeting and take a chance. Tell the story and take a chance. Yes, someone may say no, but they may say yes. You gotta take a chance. I don't know how many are going to believe what I say today, and some may not believe, but I decided to come here and take a chance. Tell my story one more time. Do a meeting one more time and see what happens. That's the season of summer. In the season of summer, nourish your values. Nourish your customers. Nourish your distributors. Nourish your organization. Now here's the last season. Number 1 is hang in there in the winter. 2, take advantage of the spring and the summer. Nourish like a mother. Fight your enemies like a father. And here's the last season, the season of harvest. There's an interesting phrase from an ancient prophet, and it says, in due season, your harvest will come. First, harvest cannot come unless you're due. Harvest does not come to those who did not plant all those months ago called the spring. Harvest does not come to those that hope. Harvest does not come to those that wish. Harvest does not come to those who have their fingers crossed. Harvest only comes to those for which it is due. Harvest only comes to those that have planted, that did the job, that told the story, that gave the invitation, that conducted the meeting. You've got to make the expenditure up front. But if you make the expenditure up front, before the harvest is there, you must see the harvest in your mind. You must anticipate the harvest because others have already received a harvest. It gives you hope. But we plant in the dark. We plant not knowing for sure. But if you'll take the risk and talk, if you'll take the risk and go, if you'll take the risk and serve, if you'll take the risk and give an opportunity to someone, if you'll take a risk and get on an airplane, if you'll take a risk and go see the people, if you'll take a risk and conduct a meeting, I promise you, as time unfolds, your harvest will come. If you put your heart and soul into it, your harvest will come. I want that to happen for you. The lesson of the seasons. 1 is to hang in there when the nights are long. Hang in there when the winters are tough. Hang in there if you happen to get ill for a while. Hang in there when discouraging times come. Number 2, take advantage of the spring. The people you meet. Take advantage of a chance to conduct a meeting. Take advantage of a chance to make a phone call. Take advantage of a chance to write a letter. Take advantage. And number 3, in the summer, give life like a mother. Fight enemies like a father. Look over your organization like a shepherd would look over the flock, the sheep. Take care of it as a leader should, but also fight the enemies or people that cannot fight for themselves. You've got to look after a little baby that first cannot look after itself. You've got to have vision for a child in looking into the future when the child has no vision of his own. And just like a mother and a father who lend their vision to their children who cannot see it at first, I'm asking you to be such a mother and such a father to your own organization to help them see things they cannot at first see. Because in due season, your harvest will come. And now in closing, I want you to jot down these 4 expressions. The first one is why. Why work this hard? Why put yourself through this much effort? Why? Why read that many books? Why work this hard? Conduct that many meetings? Why try to go for it all? Why try to be everything? Why try to do everything? Why try to do business around the world? And why work this hard? Why get up this early? Why stay up this late? Why go that far? Why make these kind of sacrifices? Why talk to that many people? Why try to see how much you can earn, how far you can go? Why try to see how much you can accomplish, how many skills you're going to be challenged by? Why do all this? Good question. But now jot down the second question. It's the best answer I know of to the first one, and that's why not? Why not see how far you can go? Why not see how much you can earn? Why not see how many people you can reach? Why not see how many projects you can support? Why not set a goal to see how many people you can help? I ask myself, why not try to reach the peak of my skills by the year 2000? What else am I going to do? Right? Why not see how far you can go, how much you can earn, how much you can share? Why not see how many meetings you can conduct? Why not see how many skills you can develop? Why not see the world? Why not do something extraordinary with your life? Why not touch other people and invest in their lives and watch unusual things happen? Why not? Hey, you've got to stay here till you go. Why not? See how far you can go, how much you can do, how much you can take on, how much you can challenge yourself by. Why not? Now here's the third question. I wish I could ask this question of each of you personally, but I haven't got the time. I'm going to ask you collectively. Question number 3. But I want you to take it personally. And my third question is, why not you? Why not you? If Mark can do it from where he started, if Jim Rohn, raised in farm country, parents of modest means, limited education, if I can do it and be invited to enjoy this extraordinary journey with Mark Hughes, why not you? We started with nothing. We started in debt. We started scared. We started with lack of skills. We started with an empty bank account. We started with challenges. Somehow, step by step, we made it. Through all the doubts, we made it. Through the summertime, we made it. Through the winter times, we finally made it. Yes, we're being honored now, but look where we started. And if we can do it, you can do it. Why not you with extraordinary skills? Why not you with power to spare? Why not you becoming a leader of many people into the future? Why not you doing business around the world? Why not you investing in other people and watching them grow? Why not you with personal satisfaction, having all of your bills paid and a fortune to spare? Why not you sponsoring all the projects you want to sponsor? Why not you walking with respect before your family? Why not you becoming a leader of leaders? Why not you mastering the skills and having extraordinary self-confidence, self-esteem? Why not you? And here's my last question. Why not now? I've got a good note for you to make as I wind up here today. There never was a better time. 1996, with a few more years until the year 2000, there never was a better time. Here's why. Number 1, the world is ready. There never was a better chance. Yes, we might blow it. But I think we've got a better chance now not to blow it than 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 100 years ago. Yes, I know there's still a lot of crazy people out there in the world, but we've got a better chance now for democracy to flourish than we've ever had in 6,000 years of recorded history. We've got a better chance now politically. We've got a better chance now socially. We've got a better chance now with a young country like yours and mine. America's only a little over 200 years old. We've got a better chance now to spread the news of free enterprise, freedom, democracy. We've got a better chance now than the world's had in 6,000 years of recorded history. There never was a better time. We've got a better chance now to conquer some diseases that we didn't have a chance 50 years ago and 100 years ago. We've got a better chance now to spread the word through technology and television, and airplanes that fly, and hooking up with satellites around the world. We've got a better chance now than we've ever had before to spread the word, better nutrition, fabulous products, financial opportunity, touching people's lives and watching them grow. There never was a better time. There never was a better time for your country. There never was a better time for my country. There never was a better time for the countries that are represented here today. This is the time. This is the moment. There never was a better time for you personally to step out front. So why not now? Get your act together. Develop your skills. Pay more attention than you ever have in the past. Develop more confidence than you ever have in the past. A chance to grow faster than you've ever grown in the past. A chance to touch more people's lives with technology. This is your time. This is your moment. 1996. Getting ready for 1997. And then 3 more years until the year 2000. Here's what I want you to do. Take advantage.